Welcome to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser-played games or forgotten settings the roll of the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to the next step in our adventure. We've met our second PC, and now it is time to meet the final as we travel to a world of discovery. So stick around to meet the third of our new PCs as we step into the world ruined by envy in the RPG Blender's Rejects and Dragons. Which brings us to
Levi.
number 3. Denim.
Reg.
How dare you? That'll teach me not to use one of my 4 fucking names that I always go with.
You got it. We're going for that sponsorship.
Tell us about your character.
You got it. So I was orphaned in a peaceful farming village. My mother was passing through, had me, and then died. I was taken in for someone who was a professor, but was kind of ostracized by the college because we are a farming town right outside of a major wizard college. So he taught me kind of everything that I know as far as being curious, explore the world, but also I learned a lot more practical things because I grew up in a farming village with my friends and just wanted to help any way I could. So the way that I best saw fit to help was with, one, my magical talent, which I was kind of born with a knack for magic in my world. And in my world, you have to channel magic through crystals. Mm-hmm. And it takes a lot of, study and gumption to make those things happen, but I made them happen. So beyond that, I also had a talent for communicating and understanding plants, kind of what they needed, what they were going through, things of that nature, which led me to be able to lend a hand to local farmers. So what I did is I started, this isn't normal in my world, but I started cross-breeding different plants, carnivorous plants with vines, with barky plants and trees. And I tested it on goats and things of that nature for a while because I needed to make sure that I had a plant that would stay a certain size, kind of imagine like a bonsai tree, but a lot more hardy. Mm-hmm. And after a good half a decade, I finally made a plant that I could graft to myself and use as a spell focus. Because I do plantmancy, I needed plants to be in the area in order to do my spells, and so it just made sense to make sure that I always had one handy.
Right.
So Ivy is my plant.
Cute.
There have been many renditions of Ivy, and they're all male Ivies, but the males are much smaller, which I can use to cross-pollinate and, make more Ivies as needed.
But the one that's grafted to you is female?
Yeah, the females are the ones that get big.
So it's like planted in you.
Oh yeah, I'm actually very pale because of it.
It's in which part of your body?
It rests on my arm, but it is implanted into my back shoulder and then rib area. It doesn't hurt at all. It's just only if you take it off, then it hurts.
I bet.
Because it's attached to my vascular.
Right,
system.
the roots of the plant are inside.
Yeah, exactly. And if
skin.
I don't get a lot of sun, then it needs to take more blood.
So it'll dig root.
No, it doesn't dig any deeper. I got all those kinks out a long time ago.
Good.
That must have been a fun exploring phase.
It mostly was for the goats and stuff.
Ooh.
So you have to have something that eats blood, but only a certain amount of blood, and then doesn't grow too big because then that's not the point. Anyway.
So peaceful about this. You are disturbingly peaceful about this.
The thing is I believe that plants actually have a lot to offer us. And for me, I think that plants are kind of symbiotic relationship with plants and in general is how people are going to move forward in the world. So you can take plants and make people stronger. You can make plants eventually, and maybe instead of it taking blood from me, maybe it'll give me sugars and stuff as it photosynthesizes. There are lots of things and potential for it, and I think that it's just the natural path to take. Now, no one else thinks that because no one else grafts a plant to themselves.
Yeah.
So,
Go figure.
But I am one of the leading botanists in my area / herbologist. So I do a lot of exploring. I do a lot of that was the other small minor tidbit. Me and my friends explored an ancient ruin. Accidentally messed with something essentially we'll just call them soul stones for ease of use. And I absorbed an ancient war criminal into my body that also had a lot of plant knowledge, but I don't access him very much because he's really oof.
You have the soul of an ancient war criminal in your body.
Yeah, and a medieval war criminal. So don't think modern war criminal where it's oh, you're kind of bad, I'm going to slap you on the wrist. Real just biblically,
murdered
villages.
villages.
Biblically, wow, I cannot believe this thing just happened.
I see. I thought you were toning down.
No, he's
and
toning up.
instead, just raised
God.
it to 11. Cool.
His mannerisms are very different than my own, and generally he only appears if I'm sleepwalking or if I try and access his memories, which I very rarely do.
Oh. And he just possesses your body?
Can.
Ah!
But only if I try and access his memories, which I have done in the past because he obviously has a lot of knowledge on herbology, but
Sure.
I'm also kind of a do-it-myself kind of person.
Right. And I think you should keep it like that.
Yeah.
How many people know about the plant? Know about the
The
soul?
plant everybody knows about because it's very open. It's
Okay.
actually
Yeah, it seems
large.
visible.
It's actually pretty encompassing.
So the town is pretty okay with that.
Basically towns that I inhabit and the town that I came from and everything like that, I made sure that our crops were good. Entire neighboring villages would go through droughts and have terrible problems, and we wouldn't. And so it's more of a thing where it's Levi provides, and I'm on good terms with the college. Now, I'm not affiliated officially with the college, which brings us to my companions. Now, I am very good, and I believe knowledge should be shared because I am all about the betterment of mankind. However, the college likes to keep tabs on what I do, largely because I do learn a lot of new things, and I'm happy to share it, but this lets them learn things in real time and kind of, control the narrative a bit of what I learn. I don't really care because for me, I'm just gathering knowledge. I don't really worry about funding from them very much. But yeah, so that's who you guys are. So you guys are my colleagues.
Cool.
All right, so
Researchers.
let's first take a step back and talk about the world.
Yes.
The world of Gavost is an island nation. It is
Super nice.
It is very. It's pretty idyllic. The nation that you are part of, Gavost, is a fairly recent arrival to the scene. It was formed maybe 150 years ago by the current king, Davos Norn. He has lived through the entirety of this kingdom thus far.
That your character?
No, it's actually one of his questions was, how do you feel about the king? And I like the king a lot because he's lived a long time and has a lot of knowledge and he's done a good job.
However, he has begun recently to fail. His health is weakening, and any of these treatments are starting to not have the same effect.
Oh no.
So next in line is his son, Rillen Norn, who is also somebody who is beloved by the people. He is seen as a good ruler, someone who strives to do what is just and to uphold the law, but not to the level of tyranny. He is, in general, a good person, but untried because he has not yet had the need to rule. This nation, however, this island is surrounded by a mist. This mist prohibits travel on the seas. So you are stuck on this land. Many have tried to go through the mists, but none have returned. The only things that travel through the mists are the Serhadan. These are humanoid traders. They're humanoid, they are not human. Their skin is a translucent amber color. You can see within them various items that they have procured, as well as their innards floating within this amber semi-liquid. They are known for bringing oddities from other places across the mists.
And battle magic.
And strange, terrible magic, which seems to, well, no one has seen the true effects of it, except for the horrible, mangled bodies left behind. Magic in this world is not a natural thing. No person can draw magic from themselves. Instead, magic comes from nearby realms, the energy channeled through crystals. This leads to a very inventive kind of magic, where you can shape the energy as you need into the effect you desire. This is the world of Gavost.
It's a cool place.
So tell us about your companions.
All right, first I have Belrim Tekri. He is a Dorak. They're four-armed, kind of. They're pretty tall, right? They're like good 7 feet, or are they just normal?
No, they're a little shorter than humans, actually.
Oh, all right. So they're a little bit shorter than humans, but they were originally taken as like slaves and stuff. But they have a thing called like the blood rage, where if you do damage to them, they kind of just start to freak out and attack you. So not really great for servitude for that reason for any intelligent race. But also I like them, so I would have been against that the whole time. But eventually people learned that that's not what you should do with them. But he's one of those, and normally they are actually very to themselves as a people. They try and be more loners. But Belram works for the college and is actually a master linguist. And so his addition to my retinue is that he can get me into places, and he kind of knows the value of knowledge. While I give it freely, he will try and use it more as a barter and be like, hey, we'd like to come in here and we can help you with this and this and this. You should let us in. Well, I'll just ask, and if you say no, I'll be like, okay, great, I'll see you later. So he kind of helps me get into places. We have a very mutual respect for each other's crafts. He's not in my like direct Venn diagram, so I'm like, oh, you do a really great job and you do things I can't. Great job. And same to me. So a lot of mutual respect between us, and I would say we're like light friends. Like we wouldn't invite each other to a wedding, but like we're good. Like so at a bar, I'd buy him a drink. And then there's Kiri Lander. Imagine, I guess, a little bit less smart Hermione. Not a lot less smart Hermione, but no Harry Potter thing. So she's just really out to prove herself and does not like me. Because I don't work in the way that the college works. I don't worry about getting funds. I don't worry about getting grants. I just go and I do. It's not the way that wizards work. It's not the way it's not the collegiate way of doing things. Right. And it's kind of being with me is kind of like, well, pick up this guy's breadcrumbs. And it's like, well, why wouldn't I just do things on my own? It's like, no, pick up this guy's breadcrumbs. So these are good crumbs. Keep going. So she very much has this, I want to prove myself kind of mentality. I would probably get along with her fine, but
You don't jive that way.
It's more of a thing where it's like, with me and her, it's a thing where she's like, I'm better than you. I'm like, I don't care.
So there's no satisfaction.
Yeah, so for her, it's like, well, won't you acknowledge it? But I'm like, I don't care.
Different spectrums for proving yourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll go with, you gave me a lady, so you can have a lady.
Oh, thank you.
And you can be the talkie man. He also has a cool Y flute, like from the Dark Crystal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed that you just meant to fill in the name later, and I was just being an ass by writing Y flute.
No, it's literally a Y flute. I like the way those things looked, and I figured if you had 4 arms, it would be really cool looking if you played it with your 2 little fingers.
But Y flute.
All right. Question time. Who would you like to do first?
We'll do the negative one.
All right, so you have a negative opinion of her?
Yeah.
All right, roll it.
It's not like overly negative. I'm not like I would let you fall off a cliff, but I'm like,
but mostly
you
negative.
kind of suck. 11.
What does this character do that makes you immediately lose your temper?
Oftentimes when I'm taking notes or samples, I'll take them in ways that make sense to me. And she will immediately draw in question how or what I'm doing or how I'm doing it and say, oh, well, you're cross-contaminating this or etc. And for me, it just becomes too much. But then to play off of that, she'll say, and that's also how my adopted father did it, which is why, he never got anywhere. And that will generally set me off because I am very protective of my adopted father, because while he was collegiate, he was slightly eccentric. And I just went ham on the eccentricities.
All right, so then go ahead and roll for a positive.
7.
What plan do you and this character have that most excites you?
Well, our plan is to discover more things about our world that we don't know, and it's fascinating, really. It truly is, and it excites me greatly. I don't like the way he goes about doing things, but just the way that he finds knowledge is truly fascinating, and I'm in awe of his talent, really. I studied very hard, and I worked to achieve what I've gained, and it sort of comes naturally to him, and I'm somewhat envious of that, but I respect it, and I am excited to learn more with him.
Good.
And now the next one. Do you have mostly a positive or negative view?
Positive.
20!
Wasted.
What item did this character give you that you treasure?
He gave me a glowing mushroom, which I would have had no way of acquiring by myself because where the Drak live and everything is kind of not easy to get to, right?
Correct. Worth noting, the Drak are a relatively recent arrival. They came one day out of the mountains. They had never been seen before, which is what caused them to be enslaved without really knowing what the consequences were going to be.
Ooh, you guys are short. All right, get to work.
They also
Get on the line.
what made them
Yikes.
desirable slaves was the fact that they are master craftsmen. They have 4 arms, as was mentioned, 2 of which are very strong and suited for the labor of lifting or, as it turned out, combat. But they also have 2 smaller, more lithe arms, which they usually cross across their body. Those arms are very adept and very nimble, good for the fine detail work. Also, beyond that, they have 3 sets of eyes, of pupils within their eyes. When they need to, they can change what pupil they actually look through, what lens in their eye they're viewing the world, which is very disturbing to watch as the eyes rotate to a new look. And then they can basically have enhanced vision to a certain degree. Yes.
Yeah, that probably makes them really good at artisanship.
Yes.
Much respect.
Their artisan work is exquisite. They're capable of some of the finest detail anyone can do.
What the hell have you given me?
All right, roll me a negative.
10.
Well, this is... What is this character doing that's putting you both at risk?
Where to start?
Yeah, where to start? His search for knowledge.
Actually, here's a question for you. Do I know about the stone and the spirit? Have you told us about that?
I would have told you that if you catch me sleepwalking or if I seem out of place, just it'll sort itself out.
You told me about the symptoms, but not the cause. You son of a bitch. Okay.
If I seem out of sorts, don't help me collect things until I see myself again.
Got it. Cool.
That's specifically what I have told both of you.
Cool. His thirst for knowledge. The path that he's on. It seems good-willed, good-mannered, but the kind of knowledge that he's playing with, I can tell, comes at a price. More than what I am used to dealing with. And my people have been enslaved.
Just gonna pet Ivy and shake my head.
Excellent.
Yeah, you pet your plant. Where's that rooted again? Just asking for a friend.
Oh, just for clarification, my plant is very much alive and moves around and seems to sense.
Yeah,
and,
it's a problem.
Gets into things.
I'm unfortunately very aware of your
So-
weird mobile plant.
Here is your chance for you two to ask character questions of Rich
What
or
you wanna
mechanics
know?
questions of me. I expect you both have mechanics questions for me.
Yes, I do. What is Realm Conduit?
So, the Realm Conduit. You are a sorcerer that does not... You are a sorcerer in mechanics only. You do not actually have some kind of blood in you that gives you your power.
Right.
Instead, you are a spontaneous caster, hence the sorcerer bit.
Mhm.
That is your sorceress bloodline. What it gives you is it gives you access to 1 crystal right now. As you level, you will gain access to other crystals and other realms.
Cool.
The crystal that you have is the crystal of control, Londa. So, it mostly centers around control, around water, those kind of elements.
Mhm.
What this will allow you to do is utilize spells that are on your sheet, of course, but if you find that you need a spell that falls within that purview and it is not on that sheet, you can spend 5 hit points per spell level to cast that spell.
That's why I have a lot of Constitution.
Yeah.
I seen it. I was like, why did he give me so much Constitution if Charisma's my casting?
You can also
And
burn
cast.
your hit points in order to get an extra spell slot of that level. Here's the thing. This is not damage. This reduces your maximum hit points until your next long rest.
Ooh.
Cool.
So it is a big cost as you literally eat away
It's like
at yourself
I like it.
in order to
Yeah.
get that.
Wow.
So if you go for a second level, it's burning 10.
Multivision is the changing of my sight.
Correct.
Berserk.
What it does is you take damage. If you take a damage up to a certain threshold, you will effectively enter into a barbarian rage, which you cannot willingly exit.
Oh, God. That's part of that thing that you were saying.
Yep.
Yep.
That's fun. That's fun, man.
And it lasts for 1 minute, but if you take damage again during that time, it extends. So basically, you eventually need to go 1 minute without taking damage or make a save of some kind.
You don't want anything from me?
How did we meet each other?
I was
assigned to you, or
literally I went to the college and was like, oh, I'm gonna go essentially into this area and look for new plant life, and they went, great, can you take Kiri and
you don't even know my name. Okay.
Kiri and Belrim with you? And I was like, absolutely, because again, I am on well enough terms with the college, and I don't want to be on their bad side necessarily, because it is a bunch of mages, and the last thing I need them doing is like outlawing my Ivy thing.
And then that led to somewhat of a working relationship.
Yeah, no, actually, the thing is that I actually have a lot of respect for her spellcasting ability and her ability, because I don't have what she has because I chose a very non-traditional route. However, I'm also kind of like, I'm doing my own thing, and have we had any trouble, like, as a group?
You've probably had trouble, but not to that level trouble.
Gotcha. So, like, things where it's like,
I
oh,
haven't
things are
gotten
getting
angry
tested.
yet.
No, but have we, like, been accosted by bandits or anything like that ever? Or...
Probably been accosted.
Oh,
by
then you guys
bandits.
know that when I fight with Ivy, I'm less pale for, like, the next 4 days.
Huh.
Interesting. I wonder if that's something we should worry about.
Is that because your plant is drinking blood?
Yeah. I actually explained to you how it has porous teeth and how it's, like, basically when it sits...
Is it like a little Audrey 2? Like, what the hell does it look like?
This is what it looks like. I drew it.
Oh, he drew it!
So it looks like a little, like, it looks like it has, like, a long, like, smile.
website.
It has, like, a long, like, smile beak, essentially, kind of a thing. And then when it goes to attack, it flips it into more of a this kind of a thing. So, like, imagine, like, 3 fingers. So then these have, like, serrated, porous edges. And then the bottom part is actually more like a bladed bowl. So it bites into the creatures, and then when it flips itself, it then retains all the blood, and everything like that. And
like
then
a Venus flytrap kind of thing.
yeah, it just cups it like a flower of paradise kind of a deal.
Yeah.
And just then leeches off of that blood, which means it needs less of my blood. Oddly enough, it also gives me a light serotonin boost as the plant has learned to do that.
Everybody's good?
Yep.
Everybody's ready?
Yeah, I'm
Did you have anything else, Greg?
I'm having a stroke right now. Just the number of spells that I have to keep in my brain as
that many.
possibilities. No, not like this is fine. This is,
It's only as they matter. Just don't get into a fight.
right. I'm just trying to think like what is.
Just keep the spell page open.
Yeah, I'm keeping.
And really,
This
this should
one.
be last resort because it burns away.
I also don't like
Oh, and also, if you run out of hit points and die because of that, you turn into a being of elemental energy, which explodes out and goes on a murderous rampage. Oh, and any of your descendants also that happens to as it burns through your bloodline.
Do I have kids? Do I have kids?
Do I have kids?
No, you're pretty young.
This is actually this
You're fairly young.
Does it affect my parents?
No.
Okay, just my
But
descendants.
should you survive, it will affect any future kids you have.
They'll automatically what?
Become a plain touched.
Yeah, they're called. They're called touched.
So not good.
Yeah, so don't overchannel too much.
I think she's probably smart enough to
There's
know.
another
Yes.
reason why I do things this way.
Yeah. I was like, I can burn 20 hit points and live and cast control water, 4th level fucking spell.
No, you're still limited by your max.
Oh, I am.
You are still limited by your max.
Let me close that tab then.
Yes. No, you're not going to burn your life and cast a wish.
Everybody make a wish!
You are limited to the spell slots that you could normally cast.
You were swinging hard to break this game early.
Yeah.
This is kind of session 0.
All right.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
No more questions?
Let's do it.
As ready as I'm gonna be.
Then the timer begins now. It was a fairly ordinary day in a fairly ordinary town. When you went to market, you weren't expecting much. You weren't expecting to make it to Galassa and to find this. A strange plant. Colors that you haven't seen before. Not something that you've naturally experienced. And you've been around plants. You've been around many, many plants. But the color, it seems almost to shift as you watch it. You try to nail it down to identify what it is. And just as soon as you begin to comprehend it, it seems to shift.
I'm going to name this color Levi-ish.
Why? Because it's particularly odd.
Yeah. I say with a smile on my face and writing my notebook.
Well then.
What does the plant look like otherwise, besides being weirdly colored?
It looks kind of like a fern.
And where is it?
Where is it? It's in the
middle
market.
of town.
Is in the market, being sold by an individual who probably doesn't know what he has. But it looks kind of like a fern, except that all of the individual fronds are very thick, and they almost feel more like flesh than they do the plant fibers. And they meet in the center in a bulbous shape, which then has a single root going down with wider tendrils of
Weird man.
It's a human spine.
Weird-
This is someone's skull.
Weird.
It's a
mandrake
skull
kind of
plant.
thing
I'm
going
not
on.
liking this. I don't like it.
Hardly a woman of science. Anyway.
I think we should report this to the college immediately.
Well,
Something like this hasn't been documented before.
What are you talking about? It's a plant.
Yes, but we haven't seen anything like this. Have you seen anything like this before in your life?
I don't pride myself on looking at a lot of different plants.
Well, it's your job. You should take it a little bit more seriously.
Do you think it's a plant?
In my expert opinion, yes, it does appear to be a plant.
Wow. Deductive reasoning. It's a plant.
I actually
mister.
do just chuckle.
How much for this plant? It looks like a pretty boring, mundane plant. I'll give you
a boring plant. Oh, this is one of a kind.
Oh, really? Where'd you get this one-of-a-kind plant?
I received it from a traveler from the north. He brought it, assured me it was one of a kind, and I have never seen such a thing before, so clearly it must be the case, as I have traveled wide across this land.
Mm-hmm. Let me just take a quick look at this, and I'll go over and start examining it. I'm doing things like moving like leaves up and down. I'm like,
that's a no.
Yes, it does appear to be just quite a normal
You're
plant.
like-
It is very
You're like
colourful,
carpet
though.
shopping this guy.
All right, make me an investigation roll.
sure.
It is rather colourful, though, and I do have someone back home who would love to have something like this. I think we would like to pay for it.
11.
Okay, as you begin to move the frond, it almost like crinkles as you move it, and as it crinkles, you can hear almost popping inside of it as you move it.
Here's the problem. I think your plant's broken. I'll take it off your hands, but I'm not doing any more than what's a like a low ball price for this.
Low ball.
Oh, one of a kind.
Yeah, I'm low
2
balling.
gold pieces, I think, should suffice.
2 gold pieces. I couldn't possibly let it go for less than 40.
That's ridiculous.
40
And you
gold
will
pieces.
not find somebody who's going to buy this plant. It's a ridiculous looking plant.
Well, then it'll look
truly is.
great on my mantle.
I'm gonna do like a knowledge nature check and just like kind of look around it like for make sure like it doesn't have the same kind of like whipcord muscly structures that like ivy has, etc.
That is not somebody ripping off ivy and selling.
Well, no, I'm actually not worried about that. I
You're
think
worried that somehow an ivy prototype got out into the wild and is now polluting the nature.
not
and-
until you just brought it up. I was very careful with those things.
Yes, I have to say, plant like
I'm
this,
more just worried that it's a plant that can move and attack things.
it truly just does not look very well. Does it smell too?
Yes.
It smells disgusting.
Yes. Unfortunate. Well,
Why
it'll
would you
look
want to know
great
that
in
in
my
the-
house.
Oh, yes.
I don't get many visitors.
17 for knowledge nature.
It does not appear that it moves on its own. When he moves it, it kind of freezes where it is where he leaves it before slowly sinking into its neutral pose. So it might be capable of some limited like lifting and whatnot, but it doesn't seem capable of pulling itself or locomotion.
So at best, it might move toward light, or
Mhm.
it might. Again, in my opinion, right now, what it can do and can't do. I
The
have no
fairly
idea.
standard plant stuff, moving toward light.
Maybe just a bit faster than normal.
Mhm.
I'm going to pull out my lute and I'm going to start playing a song. I'm just going to play a sad little ditty for you because I'm pretty sure you're getting nothing for this plant.
Oh, yes, it
Let's
truly
see if
is.
it's a dancing
It
plant.
truly is
and
quite
I
a
start
terrible
just-
tragedy.
Just strumming a little tune. You should probably sell for 2 gold because you won't get more. Gonna get nowhere fast for you, bro.
This is a big thing too, right?
And
Yeah, I don't even want this thing. I take the documents and stuff like that. Does it have any like seeds or podlings around it?
Around it?
On it, around it,
On the
like-
ground.
Not around it, but you can see what looks like a pod sack underneath one of the fronds.
How much for a pod sack?
A pod sack? What, so you can plant them and cut my business out from underneath me?
You're gonna sell
Your
this thing
business, you have one plant, sir. That does not constitute a business, especially considering no one's going to buy it.
I will tell
Have you
you.
listened to the song at all?
Can I cast suggestion?
Ooh.
Sure.
Okay, so I cast it through that song, which said you should probably sell it for 2 gold. Because you're not going to get any more.
I believe
bro.
he gets a will save.
I believe so.
Wisdom, yeah.
Maybe it best
wisdom,
he
yeah,
sells me
wisdom.
the pods for fucking 2. I'll take it. Shit.
I was considering casting Friends,
He-
but I
he
think
makes a
if
wisdom
I cast Friends, they
saving
get
throw.
very, very angry when it wears out. So I was not going to.
That's a 17 base.
Oh my gosh!
It's die! The bloody die!
Yikes. Does he know that you cast
I'll tell
suggestion
you-
on him?
I believe it does specify that he
Oh, does it?
Does
I
it?
hear. I'll read. I
Yeah.
didn't read any point.
Because that's bad if he knows we just tried to cast magic on him.
If you give me the pods, you can give me the pods and I won't buy the pods from you. And then if I do grow a plant, then that would imply that I can grow more plants. And I will give you 2 more plants if I can grow, let's say 4 at least. And
Then
I
you'll
don't-
actually have a business, sir. That's not quite a good model.
2 gold, and I'll give you 2... I'll give 2 gold and I'll give you the seed pod. And then you'll give me 2 plants if you successfully grow them.
Sounds like a bargain.
I don't know how to haggle, so that sounds fine.
Take the deal. Take the deal.
A fine deal, and I give him 2 gold.
We thank you
Great.
for your business, sir.
You now have the plant.
I'm gonna put it inside of a vial. I screwed on. I put it inside. Actually, I'm gonna put it inside of my map case
Okay.
because that's where I keep my clothes, keep them dry, just in case. It's nice and soft in there.
Just
You
for
are getting
my
weirder every day.
just for my curiosity, the man you bought this from the north, you said.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
What kind of trader was he? Just for my curiosity, what kind of a person was the man you bought this from?
He was one of those jellyfish. He received it when he was coming from the north, from the,
It's a nearby still.
Hmm?
It's a nearby still.
Is he still in
Is he still
town?
in town?
No. It was a different town where I got this from him. But it was north. If you were to follow up through that little Leadire hamlet, take the road north. That's where he came from, in the Fallerai Mountains to the north.
I slam my book closed in one hand and I go, great! And I just begin walking in that direction.
Wait, where are you going?
We have to report this to the college. Where is he going?
Thank you, sir! I call back behind me and
I
just...
follow.
So you are making your way to the north.
Yeah.
All right, following his directions.
Yeah.
Great. You make your way to the north through your town of Leadire. Do you stop?
We have to send a message to the college. They have to know what we found. This is an undocumented plant.
Send a missive.
Well, you haven't given me much time to write a letter. You've been walking constantly.
You want me to write it? I'll write it. I say as I reach out with my tinier arms. For the book.
No, I'm perfectly capable of writing a letter to the college. Thank you very much.
Well, then why are you complaining about it?
I need to sit down. I can't write and walk. There's no hard surface to
I
write
can
on.
I can
I
walk
have
and
not
write.
stopped walking, just so
I'm
we're
aware.
clear.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I can walk and write.
We both
Give
have
it to me.
incredible
You
constitutions
can say
for
it.
mages.
I'll dictate,
Okay,
and I'll
I'll
only
narrate.
charge you 1 silver.
Thank you. Dear Archmage of the Council of the College,
Mm-hmm.
we have encountered a rather strange plant. It has a very
Archmage.
flesh...
Of...
Are you keeping up? Excuse me, you have 4 hands. Can you put them to use? Write a little faster.
Oh, you want me to write faster?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's
With
do
my
this.
speaking voice. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah,
indescribable.
Okay, awesome.
I definitely paraphrased the letter several times.
Yes.
I
Make
critique it, I'm
really
like, don't.
something.
The word you're looking for is iridescent.
Thank
Fast
you, yes.
forward a few days later through your trek to the north. You've reached the edge of the mountains. You follow the road. Let's go ahead and give me investigation checks.
You got it.
Oh, that was a natural one. I'll go fuck myself.
Finally.
Can I roll higher than
No. Destroy that dice immediately.
Like, why do I even bother rolling?
I got a 17.
I got a 22.
Okay.
Nice. All right.
All right.
I'm contributing.
17 and 22. From the descriptions that you received, you're able to find a path in the mountains that seems less traveled.
All right.
You follow it.
Yeah.
The snow is falling, but eventually you make your way into a grove. As you look around, the snow does not hit the ground here.
What?
There is something diverting the snow as it falls. It seems to travel down and then go out in a cone. So that
Okay,
goes
but it's not
around.
hovering above the
Force
ground,
field
which is
bubble. Like
much
it's
better.
hitting something invisible and being
Mhm.
pushed to the side.
Ooh.
Does it look like it's hit, like it's like splashing and then like
No.
sliding, or it just?
No, it
is-
literally looks like something just diverts its path
Yeah.
down.
interesting.
I take my notebook out.
Like
and
a
start
force field goal.
sketching it. And I'm just
Okay.
gonna continue.
that
I continue
is rather
walking because I
weird.
don't have that problem.
And as you walk into the grove, as you look around, you can see the plant. You see more of it.
Oh, there's more of
You
these.
see other plants.
Ooh, I'm getting all these seeds.
Are these?
You also-
spend 2 gold on that stupid pod.
Give me, what are your passive
It's much better than
perceptions?
spending 40.
Not great because I'm drawing and looking around. 11.
I am an 11 as
10.
well.
Wow, we're all thick-headed.
Yeah, wow. This is,
Yeah.
You
awesome.
technically did.
Time to get ambushed by plant
technically,
monsters.
but no, not plant monsters. They know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
hmm As you make your way into the grove, looking around, these strange plants, things that you've never seen before, when the ground erupts from beneath you. A skeletal creature
Oh my
rising up from the
God.
ground.
What?
Its bones seeming to almost draw from the earth itself as it strikes.
This is the second skeleton I've seen. As I say very matter-of-factly, pointing my pencil at it.
Let's get these initiatives. Oh, natural 20 initiative.
Oh, thanks, George.
That doesn't matter. What's the total?
Time to roll my freaking 1. Here we go. Let's go. Oh, that was a 17. That actually wasn't too bad. All right, 17 plus my dex, so that's an 18. 18.
I got an 11.
Cool.
17.
Well, we all rolled good, but it didn't matter.
So who would you say has been taking the lead?
Definitely me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely.
Because they're
Levi.
just kind of like, come back.
Yeah.
If anything,
All right.
I'm furthest in the back. I'm taking up the rear.
The skeletal man rises from the ground next to you.
Huh.
As he does, he holds out his hand, and a sword made of stone begins to form within it.
Oh, I was about to shake his hand and then I stopped.
Yes. And then he swings it at you.
That's not normal. That's not normal.
Evil skeleton!
That's a 2. So that misses.
Yay!
There goes all the threat.
Yep.
Nice to meet you. Wow, all right.
I don't think he's keen on
The
being
last
a friend.
skeleton was like this too.
No kidding.
I'm up. I am going to cast sleep on this thing. I'm
Nope.
a dumbass.
You're not. You've never encountered a skeleton.
That is true. Skeletons, undead in this world, are not very common.
Not at all.
They are seen. Also, erupting from the ground like this is the less common version of them.
So if it has less than 24 hit points, it is asleep.
Cool. If it could sleep, that would
Which is
Have-
the problem.
knocked it out. Undead and creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by this spell.
Cool.
But now you know that.
But now you
I
know.
tried.
Here he discovers something new.
Yes.
It can't go to sleep.
You should probably report that to
It's-
the guild.
Not working.
As I pull out my scimitars.
All right.
Nice.
Go ahead, Rich.
I'm gonna take a seed and I just kind of press it into it. I'm gonna use Cure Light Wounds on it.
Oh, because healing is damage if it is undead, I think. Or maybe not. I don't know.
We'll find out.
We're about to find out if that's what it is in
Well,
5th,
we'll-
baby!
We'll see if he remembered right.
Well, we're learning.
So it's a touch attack, yeah? Wait, that doesn't exist in this one.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it
touch.
is just straight up an attack.
Bummer. I miss. But, right side, Ivy bites him then.
Yeah.
Which is
Ivy
much
sure
fucking
does.
better.
There it
Roll a
is.
16.
Total of a lot more. Yeah. 5 damage.
Ivy's mouth lunges out, gripping onto the arm, biting in, ripping away a chunk of bone, but not seeming to do terribly much.
And I'm going to attack.
Nice.
Gonna
That's a
jump
good.
in and start attacking.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Well,
Yep.
Here we go. First attack. And that will be an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Excellent. 8 slashing damage. Try to cleave off some more bone.
Mhm.
Trying to
Get him.
swing at the already injured spot.
Cool. The blade cuts into the bone, knocking away actually a full chunk of bone. However, it doesn't seem very slowed by it. As you look, the bone itself, there is a big hole in between one section of bone and the next,
It's still floating.
but it still continues as if the bone was there.
Oh, that's magic.
Okay, I don't know how to stop this.
And I will swing again with my bonus action. And I rolled a 2.
Ooh.
Yay!
That's the rolls we know and love.
And that's my turn.
The undead. It takes its hand with the sword. It takes its other hand, plunges the hand into its own chest. At which point you see energy beginning to coalesce and flow down its arm, crossing its body into the sword, which begins to spark with some kind of green energy, which then slashes out.
Oh, you seen this before?
Fascinating.
Careful, Belrim!
Ooh, that's a
Don't
base
get hit by
18.
his sword.
I'm assuming that's going to hit you. Whatever.
16 armor class.
From the blade itself, you take 4 damage.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
And from the
That wasn't so bad.
green fire, take 14.
Fudge!
Is he visibly on fire?
No, but I have a feeling he just went into berserk mode.
Oh, yeah.
Took more than half his health, yeah.
DC equal to 10 plus the damage received, exceeding half the maximum hit points, which it hit over that.
So what was the what is your half?
My half is 10.
10. So you get the DC is 10 plus 8.
Sure.
18.
Got to roll an 18. Here we go.
You got it.
I mean, going rage is probably good, right? You get half. You get,
Did not
So
do it.
close.
All right. His eyes turn red. This is something you have not seen from him before. I don't know if you've ever seen it at all.
I've just read about
he
it.
turns red. He almost appears to grow larger. The muscles begin to bulge. Even his lower arms begin to flex.
Oh dear.
Belrim, you alright there? Okay, I'll take that as a yes.
I'm going to save a sleep spell. That'd be you, Greg.
Oh yes, it's my turn. Like, is it even worth trying to attack the skeleton guy, knowing that he's probably going to murder it on his turn?
That's up to you. I cannot weigh in as this is your action.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking out loud. We're gonna go fast. I'm gonna cast darkness, by myself and say, "Quick, come hide over here."
Yo, how Hermione of this dude.
Again, it's less cool Hermione.
Yeah.
Hermione would have an 18
So-
intelligence.
Yeah,
This is a 16
magical
intelligence.
darkness spreads out from
No
an
glory
area
to mine.
around me, completely obscuring myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hide.
Okay, give me. Since we're in combat, give me that stealth roll.
That's a fat 8 plus. I mean, I'm in the darkness.
Oh.
It's plus-
Oh my.
I'm pretty sure the
9.
darkness is what allows you to make it without taking a -10.
Yeah, that's a 9. That's a fat
Cool. I'm gonna note that over here.
9. He might not be observant. He's bad.
I assure
Sure.
you, he's probably going to just crater my head in and then come for you.
Your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna heal him.
Give me that good health. How
Oof.
much am I getting?
5.
Mm.
Delicious.
Sorry.
As long as
Anything
he-
else?
I mean,
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't use my bonus action to give you a healing potion because you're probably not going to let me do
I
that.
would not let you.
Yeah,
do
you would
that.
not.
I got
let me.
extra hands to
So
stop
instead,
you.
I'm going to attack with Ivy just over him. Ivy coming in with the good hits.
There we
Base
go.
18. So. 8.
8. All right. The jaws clench around part of the arm, ripping it away. The entire whatever the bone is that goes from your shoulder to your elbow, that bone is completely removed.
Ooh.
However, it doesn't seem to actually inhibit the motion of the arm.
I remember when we fought the other one, you couldn't tell how weak it was.
Correct.
So
It's a skeleton.
similar thing.
Mhm.
Got it. Just making sure. So I'm like, no, this is normal. This is normal.
Yes.
Okay.
I think you remember from what you would remember from last time that as you you looked at it with magical sight, you could see that there was almost like a spectral flesh around it. Moving right along
To me?
to you.
Excellent. Swings.
Cool. Swing number 1.
Come on.
Oh! The 4.
That's a fat 4.
Swinging again.
Swing number 2.
16 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Cool.
Nice.
For 6 damage.
Nice.
6
He gets
damage.
add rage damage too.
It's to strength attacks, and I am
Using
using
dex.
dexterity.
Yep.
Mhm.
Rage does nothing for this guy.
No, he does. No, it does not.
That's upsetting.
Unfortunately, it also prevents you from your spell casting,
Yeah, it stops me from spellcasting. I get resistance to damage. That's what I get.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Which is nice considering what's coming.
Yes. But there
Yes.
you go. So I So I'm just hacking at him. Just
Yes.
hacking at the bone.
The green fire dissipates
Oh, that's good.
as he comes in for a stab against you. There is no glow this time, which is nice.
Always a
Probably.
plus.
Where's my murder die? There's my murder die.
You don't have to use the
Hey,
murder.
man. Why are we using those words?
Oh, he fails that roll badly.
Are you still hiding?
Is it my turn now?
It is.
I should probably do something.
I'm gonna cast poison spray from the shadows.
Oh my.
Yeah, unfortunately, the spells that she has are not most suited to
well, I'm
fighting
actually
You're
undead.
the hero.
I'm actually-
We're the chumps.
That is true.
I'm actually very happy.
We need to fight, guys.
I do not.
This is how my response is.
I do not have to roll a die to attack with poison spray. It is a con save, so you have to get higher than a DC 14. I run forward and off to the side.
Natural 20.
See, it doesn't matter if I roll, because he's just gonna roll 20s.
Welcome
Sorry.
to games with
However,
George.
because you are doing it from stealth, in theory, let's see if he saw you, and if he did not see you, he'll roll with disadvantage.
Oh, thank you,
That's
God.
very kind.
Oh, he rolled a 5. So, yeah, he didn't
Less
see you.
than
So,
my 9.
disadvantage for the con.
What'd you roll?
Still higher than 14, probably.
No, 6.
Hey! However,
He takes 1d12 poison damage.
4.
Nice.
Cool.
A little lower than average, but that's
Killing
okay.
in the name of. No, never.
Hero.
I'm gonna shoot with my crossbow.
Okay.
When I bring my crossbow up, one of Ivy's tendrils goes in and I shoot thorns out. I have a auto loading crossbow. It's one of my things.
That's a nat
That's
20!
a
Our first 20!
Confirm it. Come on, get that crit.
Oh my God!
Okay, confirm it. Is this a crit or a kill?
ooh, that's a kill. That's a
What is it?
It landed
It's a
a
hit, yeah.
15.
Base 15 plus 4 plus 6. Yeah.
All right,
I've total
Ivy's thorns.
2015, what the fuck?
Ivy's thorns load up the crossbow. They fire out. They riddle the face of the creature, puncturing, driving apart the
It
bones.
is also a magic weapon.
It is also a magic weapon. The creature stumbles backwards. The thorns keep coming, ripping apart the bones as it eventually collapses into a pile of bone shards.
After him goes to her,
Nope,
No.
you're
To me.
next.
To you.
And you're still mad.
and you're next to me.
I am. I got into melee range.
Cool. I turn and go, and start swinging and cleaving into you.
I can't miss.
I rolled a 19.
Okay,
that
that
hits.
just barely hits.
The good news is you do not need to do both of your attacks. You only need to at least do one attack.
So you could be holding back a little.
Could be.
Can we do like a
Craig gives a look.
wisdom save?
But would that be proper? Here it comes, little lady. First damage. And I do mean first. I rolled a 1.
Oh,
So that's 4 damage. And now
Glad you have that high con.
and now
22.
I
I'm very glad I have high con now.
And now I
You
swing
planned
again.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled a 5.
Oh, okay, that
It's a
does
whiff.
does not hit.
So
I don't
that-
think.
yeah, that's
no,
a-
it does.
No,
Are
it's-
you plus 6?
It's a 10.
So it barely misses.
that extra 1 point of dexterity, I nimbly dodge. Oh my god.
Oh goodness.
Okay, I on my turn, I'm gonna use a second level spell slot, and I'm gonna cast sleep. Okay, so that's that's a lot of 8s.
So the spell hits you and you fall into slumber.
Well, that was amazing. I say as I put my crossbow.
Really, that's your word for it? I just got cut. Ruined my corset.
I'm very sorry. Actually, that stinks.
Yes.
I roll him over onto recovery position and put him on his side. I'm not gonna wake him up for a while. Now I'm gonna go look at this tower. This is pretty cool. Oh, I thought there was
The bubble.
There's not anything in the middle of it. I figured there would be a tower. Not gonna lie.
You go into the middle. There's not a tower. However, there's a hole in the ground.
Ooh, inverse
And
tower.
as you get close to the hole, you can see that the plants actually grow more thick.
Ooh.
Oh wait.
If you're looking at anything over there, please wait for me. I would like to see it for research purposes.
You're also only asleep for a minute.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I can
that's
also
the
choose to
only
wake him up at any time, right? I
Yeah, just wait the
But you gotta wait
wait the
full
minute. Wait the goddamn minute.
Yeah.
Please wait the minute.
I'm waiting a minute.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I'll wait. I'll get to the edge of the plants and then I wait for him to get up.
minute passes.
Minute passes. He wakes up.
Oof.
He is no longer in a rage.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, you're speaking for yourself. I happen to have been slashed at.
Oh, that must have been terrible. Oh, wait. I too was slashed at and then lit
I
aflame.
happen to have been slashed at not by a skeleton
I
creature,
very
though, but
gently
by you.
pat a shoulder that isn't damaged, and then I take a seed and press it to you, and the seed knits your skin back together for 9 health.
You should probably ask a guy before you do that. But thank you.
I look expectantly at you.
That was my last one.
I give like a curt nod, and my lips
It's really messed
my
up.
lips purse, and I'm a little soured, but I understand.
Tomorrow.
So, what's going on?
There's a big hole in the ground over here, and I kind of want to check it out. So I keep walking. I say that as I'm walking toward it.
I'm gonna use the cantrip
As I'm getting up.
Why am I not surprised?
I'm gonna
I got my
cast
swords.
dancing lights over the circle. It's illuminated.
Oh, nice. I take a little fluff ball and illuminate it and drop it in.
Ooh.
Okay. So as you drop the fluff ball in, it slowly descends, as fluff balls do.
Yeah.
It is an almost completely smooth along the sides pillar of missing dirt.
Weird.
As it goes down, you see the light beginning to fade from being far away, and then vanish completely.
Well, I have to know what's going down there.
There's still 2 more if you want to look. Can you grow a rope? I feel like if we want to go down there,
How
we
deep
get a
is
bit.
it?
Deep to where the thing disappeared. It's not as deep as it should have been. It's not like the light faded. It just
So like 50, like what a 50 foot?
40.
Oh wow.
40
Okay,
feet.
so
So
I-
very
all it
short.
took-
It just went
so I'll
out, but it
get-
shouldn't have. Okay.
So I actually have a 50-foot rope and a grappling hook. So I'll get that out and just clunk it in.
You do know how to tie a proper knot, I assume. They don't teach you anything. This is why you should go to the college, not just associate with them.
I'm gonna tie off a rope and then put it around a rock and make sure it's sturdy.
Do you weigh more than me?
Definitely.
Do you weigh more than me, Bella? Fuck.
Elrim.
I'm just going to call you Belle for short. Belle, do you weigh more than me?
Well, he also has armor, so all of us definitely weigh more than him.
Well, it looks like I'm the first one to go then.
I mean, I'm all for not climbing into questionable
I say,
holes.
oh, I have a different idea. Why don't we tie it around my waist and
Go on.
never mind.
I'm not very strong.
Yeah, no one.
I'm afraid I can't-
No one
can't
here is
lower
very
you.
strong.
No. What were you going to say? I'm sure it was going to be a really good idea.
I'll just tie the rope around my waist.
Okay.
I mean, the 2 of us, if we held the rope, I'm sure we wouldn't let you fall.
I've got 4 arms.
And I'm
I'm
give
sure
you,
I can handle this.
I give you like a seductive look with like blinky eyes and everything.
Yeah, she's going to kill you.
Thank you. I'm just gonna start climbing down because this is. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you climb down with
All
a
right.
-1 strength. I'm gonna try and use Ivy as an anchor point if that's okay. Like so, just maybe so I only fall 10 feet at a time, perhaps.
Sure.
Thank you. I'm gonna fall immediately.
Did you roll a 1?
Roll the 5,
Okay.
which is a 6 for me. Like I have a 12 strength. I'm like slightly above average.
You
strong.
climb over the side. You begin to go down. You pretty much immediately lose your footing and begin to fall. Go ahead and give me an athletics check from Ivy
Come on,
to see if she can catch you.
Ivy. That is a total of, luckily because she's super fucking strong, is a total of 13.
You fall another 10 feet. You're now halfway down the hole when they can take a reaction to do something.
I'm gonna try and
grab the rope. Yeah.
Grab the rope. Make a strength check.
It is
Or
also
athletics.
attached to a rock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Athletics.
Yes, but you have 50 feet of rope, which goes beyond the...
Oh, I got
Oh,
a
I
3
see.
-1. I got a 2.
I got an 11.
2.
All right, so I'm going in the hole.
You fall another 10 feet. One more chance for Ivy to stop you.
Come on, my girl.
Did we get another
My
action?
lady.
Oh, that's a
My lady. Can I try and stop me? Maybe a little onus on me. Also, it's 50 feet of rope, and I had to use 2 feet to tie it around myself, and then 2 feet to tie it around the rock. In theory, if I grab, I should.
You fall.
Yeah,
You
that's
argue
cool.
too much, you fall.
Yeah, I don't care. I was hoping for it. It's alright.
You fall. You reach the 40-foot point.
Oh,
you
boy.
see
Event Horizon.
he's gone.
Is the rope taut?
The rope, a little bit later, pulls taut.
A little bit later.
So that's the extra 10 feet because it's 50 feet of rope instead of 40.
Are you still down there? Can you hear us?
I'm gonna grab the rope and start trying to
I don't
pull
see
it
him
up.
anymore. Right, we don't see him.
Start trying to pull up.
Pull the rope up. Yeah. I'm trying
Okay. Give me a strength check.
I'm gonna help him.
Athletics.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you.
Assist.
I guess.
Wait.
Oh, 18. Whoa, -1, so 17.
I rolled a 6. Maybe I assist you.
You pull the rope. It pulls very taut, but it pulls taut at the point of the 40 feet.
So he's stuck. He can't come back up through.
Neat.
It does appear that he's trapped under there. Can you breathe? Are you all right?
What do I see?
I'll get to that once it's dramatically appropriate to reveal it.
I want to. Fuck. I'm gonna
tell.
press the digitation to create
Burn the rope.
another rope.
Another rope?
I don't think I can do
I will
anything.
pull out my loot, and I'll play a little song.
Little ditty.
And I'll say, Levi, if you're there, please tell me. We don't know what's going on. I'm getting really scared. And I'll cast Message.
Nice.
Which has a range of 120 feet.
Yeah.
And I can cast it through solid objects.
Do you need eye contact?
if I'm
Do you need to
familiar
see the
where they
target?
are, and know it is beyond like a barrier. It says magical silence, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood blocks the spell.
Says nothing about magic.
Yeah.
All right. So
That
you hear
sounds
his
all
you
magic.
hear his little song
And
as you are
so
floating, suspended above the ground. Green ground, green grass around you. As you look around, you can see roiling around the land that you're on a massive storm.
and he can reply.
He can
That comes
reply.
back as a
That's
whisper
what-
only I can hear.
Mm-hmm.
This place is.
Give me a knowledge, history or arcana.
Okie dokie. It's the same. So, yeah. Do you want to know which one? Or does it matter?
Yes, sure.
I'm more interested in what this fuck is happening magically, so I'm gonna say I got a 16 in Arcana.
Okay, cool. As you look around, you can see this tornado. You don't know what is causing the storm, but as you are floating there, suspended by the rope, your vision drifts and you can see a tower. The Tower of Resathul.
In the fudge. And
This is an ancient, very old tower of magical study. It exists in the sea to the south of the capital and was lost years ago to a magical accident of some kind. No one has been able to pierce the storm surrounding it since.
Cool. Can I put my feet on the ground?
You can reply to him too.
Oh yeah. I say this place is awesome.
I cast it again.
Should we
Can
come
I put my
down?
feet on the-
Should we come down?
Can I put my feet on the ground?
No, because of the rope,
rope
you're
is
actually
still
suspended
suspended.
above the ground right now. You didn't fall far enough to actually hit the ground.
We're pulling the rope taut. So
Well,
you're-
It's not really a rope.
Can I?
doesn't
Can I?
really
undo-
do
Oh,
anything.
I thought I was like. So I thought it was a weird portal thing, like where I went through and then I was upright and the other thing just floated.
You're suspended. The
Oh,
ground.
I'm 10
is-
feet above it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna time myself when I fall down.
cool.
The
The rope does not give at all from your side.
So it still feels taut.
I sent him another message. Should
Okay.
we come down?
very adventurous, might not be safe. And I'm just walking towards
No,
the
the
tower.
rope is still taut. It means whatever goes through that portal can't return to our side.
Yeah, like a bit like a crab trap.
Oh, I couldn't hear that. Never mind. I didn't say that because I couldn't
I
hear
take
that.
a vial
yeah.
of the soil and like,
I,
the grass and stuff.
I go. I
Wait, did you say that out loud? Did you say what you said?
You heard me sing that. Yeah, you heard me sing
You're going to
that.
the tower.
Okay, so yeah.
Should we come down?
We should not go down there. The rope is still taut. That means whatever's going through this portal or whatever can't come back.
Hold on, Kiri. He says we should go down.
Deception.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna contest that with my insight.
Yeah.
That's a 20, I think.
you lying liar.
And that's a 14 plus my insight is
Not good.
1. Nope, that's I don't know.
Okay.
All right, you first.
It is a taut rope. It's basically just
Right.
like
It's a climb down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
it's
I'm
a
gonna
it's a
grab- it's a
fireman
fireman
pole
pole,
at this
yeah.
point.
I'm grabbing and I'm slowly climbing down. As I get closer, because I'm not falling, I can visibly see. Is there a visible layer or something?
No, it's like all of a sudden it's going, and then the rope just ends.
And it just is darkness or
Yep.
what? Oh boy.
You can do this, Kitty. You can do this.
Kick her in the face.
I'm gonna put my right foot through first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and pull my foot back
It
up.
does not pull back up.
Oh God. Is my blood circle what's happening with my blood as it's pumped?
Good point. Thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, what have you done to
You
yourself?
feel very strange in your leg.
Okay. I slow it down as I go through.
I follow behind.
All right. You
Oh,
all
that's
drop
scary.
down through the hole, and then you see the tower and the pristine ground, the storm around.
Oh, I really wanted to get into that tower.
Fudge. All of us got to the towers. We didn't get in them. God.
As the world fades to white.
Guys, look at this.
Oh my God.
Each of you awakens. Damon Alabaster Lucius III. Levi,
Stratum.
guy whose name I can't pronounce.
Aberion.
Aberion. Awaken on a bed of grass. Around you, a storm rages.
Yeah.
Behind you, the tower of Resathul. Around you, not your friends, but two other people.
Huh. Well, that is interesting. I push myself up with ivy. Like, my plant literally, like, pushes me up.
I scamper to my feet.
You're gonna me?
Horace!
I don't look weird to you.
Oh, I know. That was Rich. That was not Levi.
Well, yeah. I know I've done some things, but
Who are you? What have you done with my friends?
I feel like that's a pretty big accusation level against us. We just met. I'm just looking around the storm.
I guess first off, nature check on whatever the heck's that is. The
The- oh,
plant
yeah,
protruding from
sure.
his body that he just used.
Sure.
16.
It looks like it's growing into him. Plants don't usually do that.
My clothes are pretty well tailored, but yeah,
Think
probably
you-
it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I think you've said on multiple occasions that it is fairly obvious.
Yeah.
Who are you? What have you done with my friends?
I'm Levi. I just got here, so I didn't do anything to your friends. However, my friends disappeared and you guys showed up.
How did you get here?
I went
Did you
to
see light?
Yes, and a big hole.
I believe that's the same for all of us.
What is this place?
This is the Tower of Resathul.
Resathul.
This is the Tower of Resathul. It's a place of like intense arcane study. It was lost a long time ago. It's trapped in the middle of a magical maelstrom. Nobody can get to it. I mean, obviously, except for us because we're here.
Is that where this is?
I say, looking around in the environment.
This is the place of green.
What
The land of green.
fuck?
You have
have really pointy ears.
and you have plants growing off of you.
Yeah.
Where did you get it?
Oh, I made it.
You made it. You have the capability to make plant life.
Well, after a lot of crossbreeding and stuff. But anyway, we can totally talk about that later. What? He's tall too, right? How tall are you?
I'm like 6'2".
Yes,
you're
and
right.
elves do not exist in your world.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like.
Okay.
You are very pointy.
I
ears.
guess I should describe myself.
A little bit. That would be cool of you.
I guess it's proper to describe all of us.
I have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh crap! I had it. I don't remember it on the top of my head.
A baryon looks like the following.
I wrote mine down on my character
I should have
because
done
I look
that.
like a normal farmer dude.
I love that description. Okay.
Brown hair,
I think.
brown
Okay, I think I
eyes.
know it well enough.
5'10".
So I have auburn hair, with like a sort of sienna tanned skin. I have a completely clean shaven face, very angular, sharp features.
Yeah.
My eyes are a crimson red, with flecks of yellow in them. I'm actually 6'3". Sorry, I lied.
Ooh, tall boy.
Yeah.
But
That's
I am
all- that's
very sort of wiry. I only weigh 110 pounds, so I'm very but muscular though.
Mhm.
Alright.
But not in like a strong way, in like a lithe
Ripcord
way.
way. Yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
corded. Yeah.
Huh.
What about clothes and gear?
Oh,
Look like you're from the desert, yeah?
yeah, I am like pretty much all like browns, and definitely worn like a sort of like shawl that's like wrapped around me, with like leather armor, oiled like greaves, gauntlets. Around my neck is a corded, braided necklace, and at the head is like an animal skull of some kind. And and I have a bone spear and a longbow on my back,
which is also some kind of probably animal bone.
Yeah, it's bone. It's a bone. It's a bone bow.
Cool.
I say fascinating as I'm looking around you, like I'm like, wow, like looking at your face and stuff.
And I'm in tall, fine leather boots, kind of loose-fitting pants, a very, very nice black shirt with a fine-trimmed open coat on top of that, which has a satchel on it, a backpack, and you could probably see like a dagger on my belt. That's about it, though. And I've got one hand has like just like a regular kind of like glove on it. The other one has a black leather gauntlet, which the pinky, ring finger, and thumb are clawed.
Oh.
And the pointer and the middle finger are fingerless.
Oh, cool. Interesting. And it's normal human fingers?
Yep, normal human fingers.
I've never seen any human as pale as you.
Well, he is a human.
That is true.
And he is an elf. You are an elf, correct?
I am an elf, that is correct, yes.
Ah, perfect.
I say as I start looking around.
You guys from across the sea?
The area.
The sea. My
You
friend.
can tell that you are on some kind of island in the middle of a maelstrom. Probably magical. Safe guess that it's probably magical.
Right.
And behind you, a tall tower, neglected from use, underuse.
Anybody who gets close to me, I smell like honeysuckles all the time.
I have no idea what honeysuckle smells like, but you smell sweet.
Yeah, smell delightful.
My friend, the only sea that I am aware of is the great desert seas. This is a completely alien world to me.
I believe.
Yes, there's this green spongy stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
I believe that feeling is mutual. Gentlemen, I think our answers will lie in there. And I point at the tower.
Then let us make haste. I have no idea what happened to my friends, but I intend to find out.
Indeed, I do wish to know what happened to my good butler.
A butler?
I'll explain it along the way.
I'm already at the door.
What are your passive perceptions?
11. Actually, Ivy does have a passive perception and can communicate
11.
things.
12. I'm the perceptive one.
14 for Ivy.
Cool. Does
It's
Ivy
only-
communicate? Does Ivy?
Ivy can
telepathy?
communicate basic intent, so if something is dangerous, it can inform me, but otherwise it doesn't know a lot.
Cool. You feel Ivy's tap you on the back of the head
Huh?
and turn you to look. You can see the ground roiling at the edge of the island, rising from the ground. A skeleton, a mutated dragon man, and some kind of angelic being.
Oh, it's the paladin, the lizard guy, and the thing he just fought.
Roll initiative.
Oh dear.
Let's fucking do this.
Next time on the
Ah.
RPG Blender.
How dare you!
Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our show. New episodes will be coming every first and third Monday of the month. Come back on September 7th to see how the story continues, but on August 31st there will be another bonus 5th Monday release of Grab Bag Gaming. If you liked our show, please like, comment, subscribe, but most important, keep listening. We have just launched a new video series on running the game of Paranoia here on YouTube, so go check it out. If you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RPG Blender. If you'd like to support us as we try to improve our offerings, we have a tip jar and Patreon, links in the description. Music is The Punk Rock Show by My Free Mickey, copyright 2012, licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution License. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.
It's okay, I would have gotten a 2 anyways.